Sonic, formerly known as Fantom, just announced a huge listing on one of the biggest centralized exchanges out there. We're going to break that down in this video. Plus, we're going to go over my price prediction. But before we get started, welcome back to the channel. My name's Doc. Throughout the day, I'm a resident physician. And at night, I take you guys on my crypto and investing journey. Holy smokes, huge announcement for Sonic, also known as Fantom back in the day from previous cycles. I was a huge Fantom bull in last cycle and a lot of the decentralized exchanges. Really big news with this Coinbase listing. We're going to talk about this here, but as you're coming in, give me a preliminary like and consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. So breaking, Coinbase listing has officially been announced. Sonic is set to launch on Coinbase with trading starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time, right? So that's noon Eastern on June 24th, today. Right? This is happening today. I'm filming this super early on Tuesday morning. So trading is going to go live today. And that is absolutely huge because this is going to allow a lot of the money that sits on Coinbase, which is arguably the largest, one of the most popular centralized exchanges out there. It's going to allow all the money that's sitting on Coinbase to access Sonic. And as you can see, Sonic has been absolutely ripping today. Up, 15 to 16% on the day. It's been climbing quite a bit. It's been going up and down, but around this price, sitting just below 32 cents. So really good to see this really starting to rip on the announcement of this really big news. We're also sitting right around $1 billion market cap, and stay towards the end of the video because I'm going to give you my price prediction for Sonic this cycle and how you should navigate this. But right now, sitting at $1 billion market cap, looking really good on the daily chart. When we switch to the 7-day chart, not so much, right? This is where we were about prior to the Middle Eastern conflict happening, right? That's what this whole dip was, a lot of the uncertainty in the Middle East. But today, up 16%. And this is as Bitcoin is starting to rally, right? Bitcoin hit $106,000 yesterday, and now it's pulling back a little bit. But Sonic is outperforming Bitcoin quite a bit. They're actually outperforming Bitcoin by over 10%. So this is really reassuring. Now, again, the 7-day chart is kind of meh, and it's same thing, kind of the same story if we look at the 1 month and 3 month. But what I will say is this could be a really good opportunity to buy if you have conviction in the DeFi space, right? So I really liked this tweet by Chief Sonic. I'm actually going to give him a follow because I check out a lot of their stuff. He says, and he's known for doing a lot of TA. He says, I might be wrong picking the bottom, but one thing is certain here. Sonic above $1 is certain in August. And they're talking about how this Coinbase listing plus Andre living in Brooklyn, things might be a little faster than they could have imagined. This is a generational entry. Don't fumble this opportunity. And I actually kind of agree because, guys, I made a video on Sonic 4 months ago, right? Like I said, I've been in Sonic for quite some time. Spoiler, I actually added a little bit to my Sonic position as this Coinbase announcement was going live, not because I'm trying to swing trade, but because I do have conviction in this token, this project for quite a bit. But when I made this video 4 months ago, you can see the price of Sonic was 70 cents, right? This was published on, I'll just try to get you this was published on February 20th, okay? And on February 20th, the price of Sonic was 70 cents, right? And you can also see, in the meantime, I've added a bookshelf to my background and upgraded the lighting and camera. But 70 cents 4 months ago, well, right now, the price is 32 cents, roughly. So almost 50% drop, or put differently, you could potentially double your money if Sonic were to get where it was just in February. But I'm going to give you guys my updated price prediction here towards the end of the video, so stay towards the end. Okay, we're talking about how this could, potentially go up to $1. This is all on the news of Bitcoin going up. Well, not only has Bitcoin gone up, but if we look at the day, the whole alt season has gone up. Now, arguably not a ton. You can see Sonic here up about 16%, doing really well. A lot of other projects are doing well. Fetch AI, Jasmy's up 18%. SEI, I actually hold a really big bag of SEI. And the reason that I wanted to point out SEI, although this isn't a SEI video, SEI really does have Sonic-like vibes or Fantom-like vibes compared to the last cycle. So, okay, before we talk about my price predictions, if you guys want to leverage trade any tokens, check out my BTCC link down below. You can get a 10% bonus on first-time deposits. No KYC, no VPN. Only do this if you're an experienced trader. Also, down below is the link to our free Discord, completely free, nothing to sell you. Just trying to navigate crypto in a responsible way. And there's a ton of alpha that's dropped in here. Okay. The other thing that I want to mention is price, right? Where can we go? So right now we're sitting at $1 billion market cap. We'll put this back to the max view, and I'm actually going to change this to market cap. In February, when I made that last video, we were at 2.75-ish market cap. Okay. And in January, we were above a $3 billion market cap. Now I can say with somewhat certainty, but again, this isn't financial advice because I can't give you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Believe it or not, I don't have a crystal ball. If you're to tell me, hey, Doc, Fantom went to a $25 billion evaluation in a blow off Bitcoin cycle top, I really wouldn't be surprised by that. I think conservatively, it could hit $5 to $10 billion, but I would not be surprised if this hit a $25 billion market cap. So if we just do some really quick, mental math, 32 cents is where it's at right now, times 25. What would that give us a price of? That would give us an $8 Fantom, roughly, if we hit a $25 billion market cap. That would be pretty wild. If we hit a $50 billion market cap, and I know that a lot of my regulars, they know that I'm using $50 billion because I love comparing this to Polkadot last cycle, that would be a $16 Fantom. Now, before we get to an $8 Fantom and a $16 Fantom, let's just get to a $1 Fantom, right? Let's break $1 like this tweet was suggesting here. Let's get to $1, and then we can start talking about where Sonic goes for all-time highs. But I can tell you right now, this is a project that I've held for quite some time. I'm super bullish on Andre, the founder of this L1, and I've been super bullish since the kind of switch from FTM Fantom to Sonic S. And again, getting on Coinbase is super, super underrated just because there's so much money on Coinbase. Like, I don't think people understand the amount of funds that sit within the Coinbase ecosystem, right? It's actually super tough to get listed on Coinbase as well. So I'm curious your guys' thoughts below. Where do you think Fantom can go this cycle? Let me know down in the comments. I read all of them. Again, I would not be surprised if we saw a $5, $6, $7, $8 Fantom if we can get a blow off top on Bitcoin. And I can tell you right now, the macroeconomic conditions, they are set for that, seeing as there's a ton of talks of rate cuts coming, right? Potentially in July. We now have a peace deal between Iran and Israel, and Trump's big tax bill is supposed to be voted on before July 4th. So I'm super bullish. That's why I added to my Sonic position. If you got any value out of this, consider hitting the like button. Comment down below, where do you think Fantom can go? And if you want to leverage trade, check out my BTCC links down below. I'll see you guys on my next video.